The thing about this latest Kaiju number 8 episode is it's basically a great representation on why we love this show. It subverts expectations not in this dramatic, bombastic way, but just ever so slightly. But then it can still sideswipe you with some very concerning fears, and that is death flags galore. The ending of this episode and how the entirety of this episode is basically just teamwork, bonding. I mean, Kafka is the teddy bear of the group. He's the old man from their point of view, but they just love him and they just think he's a great guy. And very clearly, Kafka enjoys being around them. And then by the end of the episode, the vice commander, the vice captain, basically says, hey, don't get too attached. Most of them probably ain't gonna make it. It's pretty much the vibe of if you have a personal connection and you feel like if they were to die, you would be crushed, you're gonna get yourself killed, because what happens if you see one of them die in front of you? You're gonna be upset, and then in return, you'll get yourself killed or be too frozen to do anything. You have to be ice cold, you have to be stone cold, and just know that these are your teammates and nothing else. And that is concerning. Now, do I think it's gonna be a death right away? Honestly, I have no idea. I could see them going any way here, but it's concerning, but it does reinforce just how good the cast is and the chemistry that they all have together. Now, of course, I have full live reactions to all these wonderful Kaiju number 8 episodes over on Patreon, so you want to see my full and good thought to this latest episode or any of these episodes, it's going to be over there if you're interested. Now, what do you even say about arguably one of the most fun episodes you could have after the insanity that we had? Now, anyone who's seen enough shonen style anime or any type of anime where you have like a group that's protecting the world and then main character joins the group to help protect the world. Usually what happens is, it's a pretty calm episode or calm few episodes as everything gets situated, but it's kind of like, okay, here's this trope, here's that trope, and you know what? I've seen many of fan servicey bait episodes in my time, but I gotta admit, the man service was impressive this episode. They said, listen, these boys, minus Kafka and his beer gut, they are ripped, and we're going to let them soak. And honestly, props to them. You don't see that every day. But legitimately, the cast is fun. And I think right away, they did something interesting. And this is kind of where it flexes why we love this show. So whether it was the whole idea of him rising to the occasion and getting to like 0.01% or whatever it was with his own merits, not using his kaiju powers. Usually it'd be the character using his kaiju powers or whatever his superpower is to pass. That was impressive. The idea that they let Kafka pass, but not in the traditional way. Here's the thing. Did he deserve to pass? I thought so, given his last round. If we're going by the other rounds, absolutely not, he deserved to fail. But he showed a lot of he's creative. He has a good mind in his head. He can analyze things better than most. He spots weak points. He prioritized the health and well-being of the others rather than getting kills. That is someone you want on the battlefield. He is useful, even ignoring what we know he can do in kaiju form. But the rest of it was a failure. And the idea that pretty much everyone was ready to fail him, and then the vice captain comes in and pretty much says, like, listen, all of that, plus the dude's freaking funny. And honestly, I can respect that. Now, there is a bit more to it. He is very skeptical of Kafka because, as I didn't even realize this, as the 9 point whatever reading went on the chart, someone's vitals kind of ceased to exist and, well, it happens to be our boy. He knows something's up, but everything else he says is legitimately true. He does find Kafka entertaining as hell. And yes, he also just thinks he does have some useful talents. Maybe he will get fired in 3 months, but he is useful even if he could never become a captain. And the idea of like not letting him be a part of the main group as they're all like, oh, where's the old guy? Where's this or that? He gets to come in after. So he's like, he kind of passed, but not to the same degree as the others. And I think that's totally fair. And you don't usually see that because he's your main character. He's going to pass and be equal with everyone. And usually there'd be like a handful of people being like, what's that old guy? He's not even good enough to be here. That's the type of drama and writing you see where this one said, nah, we're going to do it different. And we're just going to have a wholesome ass episode to let your guard down, to let you bond with these characters in this dynamic, as then they sideswipe you with the death flags that are now above every character's head. And the thing is if they really want to be cruel, they won't do it for a bit. They'll get us to really connect with these characters, and then they'll remove them. Rather than just saying, oh, you thought he was gonna bond with him? Nah, he's dead next episode. But we'll see. Either way, though, this was incredibly fun. For an episode that should just be set up establishing new characters, relationships, it was just fun. And the music. So it's when they're doing the montage of all the training. The song that was playing, man, the music is way too good. That's all I'm saying. I've already said it. I think the opening is my favorite opening of the season, and this comes from someone who's not even. This isn't even just me because like I'm a fan of Youngblood or something. No, like it's just the song and the music video. It just speaks to me. I don't know what it is, but I love it. And then the song, like 5 minutes before the episode wraps up, was a cherry on top, chef's kiss. Loved it. There's something great about this show. And in terms of pure enjoyment, this is the show I look forward to the most. And I just love the fact that it doesn't just go by your traditional expectations. They let you say, hey, okay, character who's weak, doesn't usually belong, now has superpowers, now is going to be extraordinary. The man's actually achieving things on his own accord, like his own merits, while also having this element that is so superhuman that's going to create something so fun in these very intense situations. Now, honestly, it seems impossible for him to keep the secret that he's a kaiju forever, and I think sooner rather than later he will be properly exposed, and I assume it'd be something like an Attack on Titan where after, Eren gets exposed, he then is utilized properly, but then there probably will be some people looking down at him. But time will tell. Overall, we're 5 episodes in, and this show is actually impressing me with its writing. Its production is remaining strong. The comedy still makes me laugh. I mean, it's just an absolute hoot, and I couldn't ask for more, to be honest. I think out of the new characters, or the ones we were, like, properly introduced to, because we actually spoke to them for more than 2 seconds, the guy with the shark teeth, I don't know what it is. It probably is specifically just because he has shark teeth. There's something so menacing. The dude looks like a kaiju in human form just because of the goddamn mouth, but the vibe of him and just the pat on the back energy of being like, look at the moment when he gets punished. So our boy Kafka speaks out and calls the his childhood friend by the first name. And pretty much, in most circumstances, you'd have people like, oh, who does he think he is? Disrespect. No, they're all just laughing. And then when he gets punished for 100 push-ups, they're all just cheering. And I just love that vibe, but I think Shark Teeth is probably the one who entertained me the most, but I didn't see anyone who made me say, that dude gave me douchebag energy, or, oh, that gave me some sus. In general, they all seem fun. And that's actually kind of what's worrisome, because I feel like it would actually hurt as it stands to lose any of them. Give me 3 episodes, it's going to be devastating to lose any of them. Give me a core, and it's tier-worthy. Like, they have a good foundation right now, and I feel like it's going to be badass, but it could also be a tearjerker down the line. Time will tell. Let me know what you thought down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here. Of course, ring that bell so you can notify when I upload more. And like I mentioned, got those full live reactions over on Patreon. And hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we have the Lyrical G, Andrew Stevens, Himi Meow Toga, Misto Dreamer, Isaac Sling, and we also have Kusho. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care and have a good one.